So today we're going to do 11-5, which is areas of regular similar figures. So this whole chapter was finding the area of different figures. However, now we're going to talk about the areas of similar figures. So this is not on your orange formula sheet. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. In this example, it says if two polygons are similar, then their areas are proportional to the square of the scale factor between them. Sounds a little more confusing than it is. So in this example, if ABC, let me zoom out so you can see, which is this figure, is similar to FGHJ, which is this figure, these two are similar, which if you remember similar, it means they're proportional, then the area of FGHJ over the area of ABCD is equal to one side, FG, over that congruent side, AB squared. So this is our formula we're going to use here today. It seems a little confusing, so what I like to do is I like to call one of them the top, one of them the bottom. So the area, I'm going to call them T and B. Put this down a little. Area of the top over area of the bottom is equal to one of the sides of the top, which I'm just going to call little t, over that proportional side squared. So make sure you write that down. This will make a little more sense when we do some examples. So let's look at the first one. It does not matter which one I make top and bottom, but whatever area I use on the top, I want to make sure that proportional, that side is also on the top. So I'm going to call this one top, and this one bottom. Okay? So area of the top over area of the bottom. I have the area of the top, which is 12. The area of the bottom, I'm just going to call A or X, doesn't matter what you want to call it. So I have 12 over X equals this side over this side squared. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to square those sides. I have 5 squared is 25, 15 squared is 225. So I have 12 over X equals 25 over 225. So you might remember from similar figures, we're going to cross multiply here. So I'll have 25x equals 12 times 225, which is 2,700. I'm going to divide both sides by 25. And my area of the bottom is 108, and it's in meters squared. Let's try another one. Again, it does not matter which one I label top and bottom, so I like to just do left and right. Top over bottom. So my area is 20, and it's going to again be over X because I don't have an area here. Equals 2 over 6 squared. So I'm going to square 2 and square 6. So 20 over X is 4 over 36. I'm going to cross multiply. I'll have 4X 36 times 20 is going to be 720. And if I divide that by 4, I get 180. And that's inches. So the reason we have to square this is because the area is in square units, but the sides are not. So we have to square them to put them into square units. The good thing about this is we can check our answers. So let's go to this first one. 12 divided by 108 is 0.1 repeated. 25 divided by 225 is also 0.1 repeated. Moving over here, 20 divided by 180 is again 0.1 repeated. 4 divided by 36 is 0.1 repeated. Just happens to be the same. All right, let's try another one. If you feel like you're ready to try the last two on your own, you can move ahead. If not, I'm going to keep going. My area is 200 over x. My sides are 10.5 and 15.5. We have to square those. 10.5 squared is 110.25. And 15.5 squared is 240.25. I'm going to cross multiply. I have 110.25x. It's going to equal this number times 200, which is a big number, 48,050. I'm going to divide that by 110.25, which is 435 point, we can round to the nearest tenth, 0.8. Last one. Top and bottom. My area is 8,050 over x, because I don't know that side. I'm going to do 20 over 16 squared. When I square 20, I get 400. When I square 16, I get 256. I'm going to cross multiply. So I have another big number here. 2,060,800. Now I'm going to divide that big number by 400, and I get 5,152. So this is the first page.